We are live. Yes. Live back at it with a championship Hull City watch along. Yeah, first one of these in quite some time, of course. First away game for Hull City this season. And it should be a good one at that. As Hull City take on Plymouth Argyle in the championship, second round of the championship. First away fixture, as I say, against a struggling, Plymouth Argyle side. A side that picked up a 3-0 win in the Carabao Cup on Wednesday night. Of course, it is against the lower league side that was, and their 4-0 thrashing that they received from Sheffield Wednesday last week. Maybe more of a display of what is to come in today, but certainly nothing is off the cards when you're playing Hull City. So we'll run through the teams for both sides, starting off with Plymouth Argyle. Now, before I get into this, I'm just going to say there's plenty of names in this Plymouth Argyle squad that I have no idea on how to pronounce, so I'm going to try my best. So in goal, they've got Hazard. Then they've got a back four, it seems, of Edwards, Gibson, Galloway and Mumba. Ahead of them is Randall and Forshaw. Whitaker, Bundu, Sissoko and Hardy take up the attacking line. Leaving on the bench where majority of the difficult names come from, Ogbeta, Houghton, Pledgigazolo, definitely butchered that one, very sorry, Susk, Wright, Gyabi, Wayne, Baker, and then Isaka. Definitely mess up majority of them names. I'm very, very sorry. So then, Hull City, we start up with what I predicted the starting 11 would be, and that being Panda in goal, a back four of Giles at left back once again, Sean McLaughlin, Alfie Jones and Louis Coyle. Head of them, you've got Xavi Simmons, Regan Slater, Marvin Melm, and then out on the wides, you've got Abdushamir on the right, Liam Miller on the left, leaving Oscar Cepignan to take up that striking position. On the bench, we do have two of yesterday's new signings, that being Charlie Hughes and also Mason Burstow. The other bench occupants take up with Finley Burns, Jean-Michel Seri, Andy Smith, Matty Jacob, Anthony Rascioppi, Will Jarvis and Tyrell Sellers-Fleming. So it's Tim Volter taking on Wayne Rooney. And Tim Volter has openly expressed how much he enjoyed watching Wayne Rooney when he was younger. So hopefully he can give him a right good thrashing and show why he is one of the best managers in the league and give him his first ever Hull City win. Not even a first competitive one, but a first one ever, because we didn't win a game in pre-season. So it'll be a first win under Tim Volter if it can happen today. The team are representing the away strip for the first time in competitive football, if not in general. I can't remember if they played in it during pre-season or not, but certainly it is the first time this competitive season, as both games have been at home so far. And then Plymouth, of course, in their green and white kit. So it's a matchup of the green and white versus the white with the little bit of black and amber on the sleeves, as I am representing the home kit today for the watch along. So welcome all to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let me know about your predictions. I'm still sticking with my 3-1 Hull City win. Of course, it's a Wayne Rooney struggling Plymouth side, but that's nothing to go against, as we know that Hull City can fall victim to what seems to be the easier opponents. But of course, there is nothing known as an easy game in the Championship. Huge congratulations, or not congratulations, a huge well done and thank you to all the travelling fans there. Hope that you had a safe trip down and a good game, and then a safe trip back, as the away end seems quite considerably full, considering that it is a long distance to Plymouth away, and the team haven't got too much going for them into the second game of the season. Of course, the new signings yesterday did make up from that. Oscar Cepignan will kick us underway though in this first half, as he is stood over the ball at the centre circle. Plymouth look to be leading a quite high line for a kick-off, maybe ready to engage on the pressure that they know Hull City can flounder on very early on, as we saw against Sheffield Wednesday, where their opening goal came in 40 seconds through high pressure and then the defence not really knowing what to do. Oscar passes it back to Alfie Jones, and we're underway as he sends it out wide to Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle looking for options forwards. He has 2 men ahead of him, so he'll send it back to Ivor Panda. Panda's first touch of the game is another one out wide to Alfie Jones. Jones looks to play a cheeky ball towards Louis Coyle. It's snapped up by Plymouth Argyle. Number 9 on the edge for Plymouth Argyle. Shot! And it's the first save in 20 seconds for Ivor Panda. Opening minute spell opening delight for Plymouth. And then another opening worry for Hull City with that passing from the back defensive manner. Once again, a little bit sloppy. Alfie Jones trying to play a cheeky ball to Louis Coyle to try and get out of the danger with 2 men on him. And it just didn't put enough on the ball, and so they were easy enough to snap up on it. Luckily for their sake, the shot wasn't good, and Panda was there down quick enough to get to that shot. So Hull City do have a throw-in on the far-hand touchline in the Plymouth half, and that is Ryan Giles to take the throw-in. Of course, we'll probably see him taking a bit more of a left wing-back approach to this game at left-back. Compared to the likes of Matty Jacob, and hopefully he can put in a better performance than Matty Jacob did do. So fingers crossed for this one. Alfie Jones now charging forwards, and he will just look to play one over towards Marvin Melm. Marvin Melm, he passes it one over to Oscar Stupinian. He shoots, he scores, but the flag is up for offside. Well, that's been one back of the net, but of course the flag was offside, so it does not count. The ball to Oscar Stupinian from Marvin Melm just looked to be a little bit ahead of the line, and it was Oscar Stupinian just beating the defensive line, but a little bit too premature as he was caught offside. The goalkeeper for Plymouth will kick them underway with this free kick just on the edge of their area. But it's positive that from Hull City, looking to get the balls through the middle, looking to get the balls forward, and it's been a quite contested opening 2 minutes, I must say, so far. As Jones has the ball again now, passes it to Regan Slater. Slater misses out on it, and it's another easy pick-up ball for Plymouth Argyle as it's out wide with their number 2, as they pass it into this number 7. Another brilliant defensive block from Marvin Helm, who passes it to Omer. Omer to Regan Slater. Slater's going to charge down this right-hand side, and a sliding block from Randell will send the ball out for a Hull City throw-in on the near-hand side, which Louis Coyle will very happily take. So Louis Coyle now with the ball in his hands, just taking his time, letting his players work into a bit of space. Abdushamir is coming to a bit more of a deeper role at the moment. Passes it to Alfie Jones. Jones and Panda playing a 1-2, as Jones is the centre of all the passes now, playing 1-2 with Sean McLaughlin. But Alfie Jones sends one long over the top, looking for Liam Miller out in space on the left-hand side. Didn't have enough on it, and so found the head of a Plymouth man. Oscar in a bit of a fumble there, manages to get a header on it, but Regan Slater's chop at it afterwards didn't result in too much. And then the ball will go back towards the Plymouth goalkeeper as they can reset themselves now after having a little bit of a flurry with the crossfield ball from City. They'll pass it out to their right-hand side, which Liam Miller is very quickly to recover on, and it will be a Plymouth throw-in on the far-hand side as Liam Miller gets quickly over to that one to put in a very early defensive block. And that's something I like, though, from Liam Miller. He's not afraid to put the defensive blocks in higher up the field, which I guess is helping the left defensive situation at the moment, which hasn't been the best. Abdushamir reclaims quickly, passes it to Marvin Melm. Marvin Melm looking to chop one over to Liam Miller at the left wing. He chops it back into the box, but finds the head of a Plymouth man, and that being Gibson. And then Plymouth are looking to build some sort of counter-attack, but Hull City set themselves up well for this one. And then a foul on Marvin Melm will give Hull City the chance to recoup, and a free kick inside of the Plymouth half, which they are quickly kicking underway with Giles towards McLaughlin. McLaughlin back towards Panda. Panda to Jones now. And Jones back towards Panda, just taking their time, looking for the gaps, looking for the space between the Plymouth pressing forward line at the moment, as Morgan Whittaker and Hardy look to press on. Now that number 7, that pesky number 7's coming in again. Good feet there from Panda to Giles, and then back up towards Miller to Giles, back down to Melm, and that wins the Hull City throw-in. Quite nicely played out the back there from City. Got out of the danger with 3 men on them with Sissoko, Hardy and Whittaker, and Hull City regained the possession with a throw-in on the far-hand touchline. within their half. So Giles will look to send it down the line towards Liam Miller. Miller's flicked on header to find Oscar Estupiñán. Didn't quite work as Estupiñán was a bit closer than what Miller seemed he was. And so Plymouth now have it within their defensive line as they just play a few 1-2s, drawing out the midfield from City as they look to press. The long ball, though, finds Coyle, and Coyle heads it into the path of the number 27 Forshaw for Plymouth, who then sends it to Mumba, who now passes it along their defensive line once again, looking for a bit of option. And then another long ball from Plymouth. Seems they like the long ball from their right back over the top and across the field occasionally. As Xavier Simmons plays a bit of an awful pass there to Jones. But luckily, the pass from Plymouth forward didn't do much better. And Coyle was gladly there to recover. Giles now sends one out wide to Liam Miller. Liam Miller charging forwards down this left-hand side. He has options inside if he wants to play it in. Finds Marvin Melm just ahead of him, and it goes back to Miller now. Miller looking to chop one maybe into the area. He finds McLaughlin on the edge of the D. Shot in to Oscar Estupiñán, and his shot at the goal is deflected by either Gibson or Galway, and that is a corner for Hull City. Another nice little bit of early action here in the forward line. Sean McLaughlin on the edge of the D just flicks it forwards. I wasn't sure if it was a shot or if it was a very aggressive through ball to Oscar Estupiñán. But of course he had two men on him and there wasn't too much that he could do there. So Hull City do take the advantage with the corner and Abdeshamer standing over it right now. Of course we know Hull City do like to take these short corners under the Volta ball. And it looks like they'll be swinging one fully into the area to find McLaughlin's head. It's headed away though by the Plymouth defence. And Coyle will just let that one dribble out for a throw-in. Still inside of the Plymouth half, but on the opposite side of the field to where the camera is. It's the side nearest to the dugouts. So Giles just coming over to pick up the ball now. Right next to where Tim Volta is standing. Very calmly, may I say. The calmest we've probably seen Tim Volta. He's still throwing a few hand actions to show his players what to do, but isn't quite squirting his bottle around and isn't quite getting a yellow card for shouting at the opposition players yet. Of course, we are only 7 minutes in, though, to this championship fixture, as long ball from Jones to try and find Regan Slater just has a bit too much on it, and that one will be collected very quickly by the Plymouth keeper as soon as it enters their area. Hull City looking to press on with Marvin Melm doing a fantastic job at it, inspiring Oscar to bring on as well. Coyle just loses his man there a little bit. That pesky number 7 once again. He's going to be a bit of a problem this game, Sissoko, as the ball plays forwards and they're out on the right hand side. It's with Morgan Whittaker. Now Morgan Whittaker shoots and it's straight at Panda. There was 2 players inside of the 6-yard box which could have got a deflection on to send it a little bit wide of Panda's grasp in the goal bound really. But Morgan Whittaker's shot was straight at Panda, and luckily enough that for the City keeper and the City defence, as very quickly Coyle's mistake led to a chance there, and it's another shot there from number 7. I wasn't 100% sure what happened there, but it's another save for Panda. A very weak shot at that from Forshaw, but it's straight into the hands of Ivor Panda, who now gets things on the go very quickly. Giles' long ball towards Liam Miller doesn't quite work out the way he anticipated, and Plymouth are very, very quickly to try and get their attack going once again. I think they've realised that the counter-attacks and the quick attacks are maybe what can work for them against this current City back line. That don't seem to cope too well. Louis Curl against Sissoko right now. Sissoko is inside the area, plays it over to the number 2. The number 2 for Plymouth, just dancing around Regan Slater. And Louis Curl crosses one in, and a lucky deflection off a City player there. And that one's out for Plymouth's first corner of the game. Argyle fan here, I predict a 2-2 draw for today's game. I mean, a point's a point. I'd be looking for maybe a Hull City win with Tim Volta's first competitive win, that being. But a 2-2 draw. It's got goals. I can see it happening. As another corner goes Plymouth's way with Sissoko's cross deflects off both Regan Slater and Marvin Melm. And that one goes behind and they'll set up for another corner. They seem to have the short corner option within them again as they play it short. But Abdeshamer is quickly on that one. He's holding up and he's just been dragged down there by Morgan Whittaker. A bit of a ruthless one and a bit of a necessary one in a Plymouth sense. But Morgan Whittaker there, lucky running away really not to get the the call by the ref because he just pulls Omer's shirt very violently, and he's quick to the deck. So Hull City will set up with a free kick here, and Panda will play it over to Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle looking to charge forwards. He's running across his defensive line, trying to shake the tails of Sissoko. Sissoko being a bit of a pesky beast so far this game for Hull City, especially Louis Coyle on that defensive line. Long ball over the top to try and find Liam Miller. He gets it at his feet, and his cool control and gets it in towards Marvin Melm. Melm back out to Miller. Miller, who's got 3 players on him. They seem to know what the threat is of Miller. Marvin Melm's cross goes into the area, deflected out, and Hull City look quick to charge onto this one before Morgan Whittaker can do too much. And Louis Coyle's ambitious effort scoops one out for a Plymouth throw-in. A very, very good block. That one being there to stop anything happening through Plymouth's top scorer from last season in Morgan Whittaker. It definitely had plenty of teams wanting to sign in Morgan Whittaker in this current summer transfer window. Of course, the window is not closed yet, so he could still leave Plymouth Argyle. But it does seem that the interest around him has a bit subsided, and he looks to stay at Plymouth certainly for the first half of this season. And hopefully he doesn't grab a goal in this game, as he hasn't done so far. 11 minutes in, cross into the area though from Plymouth. Bit of a dangerous one, a deep one. Luckily no Plymouth head could get on it, but the cross resulting back in there. And that's Oscar Estupinian with the defensive header. Liam Miller now charging away. It's a 2-on-1. He's got Abdushamer to his left. He's charging away down this right-hand side. Morgan Whittaker coming back to do defensive effort. Scooped into the area to try and find either Oscar or Omer. And it doesn't work. Regan Slater's bobbling at it very, very sharply. And Liam Miller goes into a one-on-one tackle there. He seems to come out the worst of it. Hopefully he gets back onto his feet quickly as Louis Carl recovers here to get one away from Sissoko, as Giles is currently on his right-hand side. Sean McLaughlin now playing one over towards Abdushamer. He's had to come a bit more defensively with Giles' run over to the right-hand side. And Panda now has it at his feet. He passes it, though, to the Plymouth man. Plymouth shoots! And that one's wide, luckily for Ivor Panda. That's his first mistake of the game, and it's unlucky, really, for Plymouth sense that Edwards hadn't got the opening goal of this game in the 12th minute. Unlucky there for Plymouth. Very lucky, though, from Ivor Panda, who passes it straight to number 15 in Bundu, and he lays one off to Edwards. His shot is wide enough to not even faze Ivor Panda, who'll go for the goal kick now. And he passes it to Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin, who hasn't seen too much positive action this season so far, being the subject to a bit of scrutiny online, alongside Matty Jacob. Jacob is obviously on the bench for this game, with Giles taking up that left-back spot, with which I've been craving for him to do. Ball over the top, trying to find Oscar's head. He does find his head, then it deflects off the Plymouth man and goes out for a Hull City throw-in on the far-hand touchline, just ahead of Wayne Rooney's technical area there. As Ryan Giles looks to send the ball in now through a throw-in. And he does so just towards Sean McLaughlin, who plays it back towards Giles. Giles over the top towards Ivor Panda. Panda. Ooh, a bit of a risky one there, but certainly gets it to Kyle nonetheless. And a bit of a fighting one there from Xavier Simons and number 20 Randall for Plymouth. Plymouth come off the better side as they could charge into the area. Good defensive blocks though from City. And Liam Miller's off up away this left-hand side. One-on-one against Edwards. He has Oscar ahead of him a bit more centrally, but Plymouth have got the defensive line back very quickly. Xavier Simons now to play it over to Abdushamer. Abdushamer got Regan Slade to his right, uses him, cross into the area, and that is a defensive block once again for Plymouth. Galway gets it away, and it's behind for a Hull City corner here in the 14th minute at Home Park in Plymouth. If Galway didn't get onto that one, I'm very sure Oscar would have got onto that one and steered it into the back of the Plymouth net, making it 1-0 for Hull City. But it is a 0-0 affair so far. Both teams look very ambitious going forwards, lacking a little bit too much in the defensive departments. as the short corner is played towards Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle scooping one in to try and find Giles' head. It's back into the mix. And a scooping clearance there from Benudu. And it is behind for another City corner now from the opposite side of the field. And it will be Marvin Melm to take this one, not Abdushamer. Abdushamer is coming over, so possibly the short corner is in order. As Marvin Melm just stands over this one, taking a moment to catch his breath and let his fellow Tigers get into place. It is a short corner though to Abdushamer, scooping high from Sean McLaughlin. A weak punch away from the Plymouth keeper. It is nodded away though by another Plymouth man. Giles recovers, sends it to Coyle. Coyle charging up the left-hand side. He's taken down, but City still have possession there, and the referee didn't see anything too much in it. And Benudu now has the ball for Plymouth as they are charging up this right-hand side for them. The left-hand side for Hull City, which is known as a weakness at the moment, but their crossfield ball meets the jumping feet of Regan Slater. Oscar's on the floor now, but the referee says play on as the ambitious through ball for Regan Slater doesn't meet him. And maybe a wasted effort there from City as they see the play-on advantage from the referee from some altercation with Oscar Estupiñán ending up on the deck. Ivo Panda's out of his area there to clear that one away with the pressing Hardy from Plymouth. But he does get it away as Sissoko now has it once again on the left-hand side. It is with Mumba. Mumba versus Coyle now, a matchup we haven't seen yet this game. And Coyle seems to just come out the favourite of this one as he is pulled violently down by Mumba. And Hull City will take the free kick here and the chance to just get their gears into order after a little bit of a aggressive Plymouth few minutes there. As the free kick just taking the time to get this one underway. As both teams look to reshape their teams inside of this 16th going on 17th minute. Ivo Panda will look to take this one as Cole didn't fancy it himself. Panda to take it. How are you watching it? I am watching it on the Tigers Plus with a international VPN. Yes, so long ball towards Coyle and it's out for a Plymouth throw-in. But you are welcome to stay here for the watch-along. That is what the watch-along is for. Plymouth do take their throw-in back towards their defensive line. It's with their goalkeeper now, who his feet haven't looked too sharp this game so far, but he does play an easy enough pass across the line, and it will be a Plymouth throw-in down that far-hand touchline, still within their half, but certainly something where they can produce something from with that left-hand defensive line of City. Just taking the time a little bit with this throw-in, looking for a man in open space. Maybe taking a little bit too long now for my liking, but the Plymouth do get it underway. Meets the head of Sean McLaughlin. A chopping effort forwards from Plymouth is chased down very, very quickly by Jones, who pays it towards Panda. Panda to Coyle to Jones. Bit of a risky one there, but they do get out of it as Giles sends one up the left-hand side to try and find Miller. It finds Miller. Can he get away from his man? His man is just all over him. Referee says nothing as Miller throws his hands up in frustration there. And Regan Slater charging down in that midfield. Regan Slater seems to be doing a little bit better in this game, considering the first two games that we've seen of him so far this season in the league and in the cup. As Miller has the ball now, charging forwards with Melm, Oscar, and Slater out on the right. He just holds it up a little bit, just looking for a bit more of a chance, or a better chance at getting it to one of the marksmen for City, as Plymouth would very quickly to line up their defensive line. And the ball over the top once again, and it's Oscar Estupiñán who is offside. Is the game being shown on Sky? It might be showing on the Sky Sports Plus, whatever it's called. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm watching it on the Tigers Plus international viewing. Sissoko looks like a bargain for Argyle so far. I also think Susk will improve with the defence. They need a new goalkeeper though. Yes, I definitely would say that Sissoko has been very, very good so far. I'd probably say, if not, he's certainly been Argyle's best player on the pitch, if not the best player on the pitch, full stop, as he's caused Louis Cole nothing but trouble down that left hand side for Argyle, right hand side for City. As a free kick just comes in Plymouth's way at the moment. There's a little altercation between Melm and a Plymouth Argyle player as they pass it along their defensive line. Very high midfield now, so there's a lot of space in between behind the midfield before the defence for City. Flick on forwards though works out for Plymouth, and it's not. As it's quickly back with Panda, who Panda shoots one long. It gets to Oscar, who's onside very, very clearly this time. But his lay back towards Omer, who then sends it on to Slater, doesn't quite work out as Plymouth can recover very well from that one. As they shoot one through the middle long, and it's a foul there as Simmons goes charging down onto Randall there and just gets it a Plymouth free kick. Is it expensive to watch? Argyle fan here, but regardless, they don't let you watch it on their Argyle TV. I know you can't watch it on Tigers Plus, which is the Hull City version of Argyle TV, I presume. They don't let you watch it on that if you're in the UK. That's why I'm on a international VPN. But yeah, so I can't see why they won't let you do that. Very strange. But yes, it's probably something to do with the new Sky Sports deal or something. But yeah, you're very welcome to stay here if you can't find a spot to watch the game. As the throw in from City now goes long. It's chopping back towards Giles, but his effort goes forward and straight into Plymouth's hands. Very, very powerful over the top ball from their keeper. Finds the City defence at first, but then they don't take their time with it as they should have done. And Plymouth have a very, very easy chance to take advantage here. Morgan Whittaker just runs into the linesman as the ball runs out of play. As a bit of dismay there from Bundu and Morgan Whittaker as they feel that they should have had something from that. As Giles just has the ball, he sends one over the top trying to find Oscar. He doesn't quite go for the header as he lets the Plymouth man run around him and easily scoop that one up to get back in their possession. Sissoko with a cheeky back heel there to try and lay through Bundu, and it doesn't quite work as the heel had a bit too much on it and it was easy enough for Panda. But a very cheeky effort at that and a very good one. Oh yeah, okay, that's how you get past it. It says a Mine International, ridiculous scam. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the whole system that you have over there at Plymouth Argyle, but yeah, definitely doesn't seem too good. Hull City just trying to line themselves up a bit more defensively now as Sissoko seems charging forwards. He's gesturing on to get the ball back to him, and Louis Cole just shoves him to the floor there, and I'm not sure if the referee gave it as a free kick to Hull or to Plymouth, as it seemed that Coyle went in a bit too aggressively on that one, but it may have gone Hull City's way as Louis Coyle was clapping very aggressively at that one, and I think it has, yeah. Maybe a free kick that should have gone the way of Plymouth Argyle there, but the referee doesn't see it the way I do, and it's Panda who will take this very defensively free kick as the players charge up field. As it's with Liam Miller now from that free kick over on the left-hand side. Giles crosses it into the area and it just finds the gloves of Hazard before any Hull City player can steer it goalward. That chance there was enough to send Tim Volter back onto his seat as he sits down for one of his rare opportunities within a game where he sits down. As Plymouth do get it underway over on the right-hand side. City very quickly to win back possession as Xavier Simmons sends it back towards Panda, who is A little bit stood in no man's land, but no real pressure or threat from Plymouth until now, as they just hack down what seems to be Ryan Giles or Sean McLaughlin. I can't quite see, the camera angle isn't the best. I believe it was Sean McLaughlin, but they just hack him down there, which is a little bit ruthless. Referee doesn't do too much other than sort of acknowledges it, but City still have possession, as they're just passing along the defensive line there for looking for the options forwards. As Xavier Simmons now plays it one to Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle back towards Panda. And Panda looking to send one long, maybe. No, he goes short to Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle in turn goes long with his left foot. Finds the head of Liam Miller, who tries to flick one on once again to Oscar Estupiñán, but it doesn't quite have enough on to get to Oscar. Seems to be a ongoing theme with Miller's flick on headers. Maybe whether it's just not knowing each other's play style quite yet, or whether it is a case of Miller just needs to have a little bit more special awareness on him. Who knows at these early points in the season, early points in this game. 25 minutes gone here away at Plymouth, as Hull City currently draw this game 0-0. As Jones just shoves Sissoko to the floor. Very tactically done by Jones there, as City nearly win the ball back with Oscar Estupiñán, but he misjudges the ball to him, and then Plymouth coming through behind him can get the ball again now, as Sissoko has the ball. City doing well to try and keep him from making any strong forward advancing runs down the left-hand side. And I will take this opportunity to have a chicken dipper. As Coyle has it now. Over the top with the throw-in. Abdushamir finds it with a little flick on to Marvin Melm, who plays a beautiful header back to Omer. Omer with the through ball! Oh! A reverse Travella through ball, it seemed, to try and find the path of Oscar Estupiñán, beat the defensive line. But it didn't quite cut back in enough to get to Oscar's feet before it found the gloves of the Plymouth keeper. But Slater's quick to win this one back in midfield as he charges one up. Finds Liam Miller, who plays it to Xavier Simmons. Simmons to Coyle. Coyle looking to shape one forwards. He does so to Marvin Melm, who's just tackled by that one. He does find Xavier Simmons at the end of it, who plays it to Jones. Jones and Omer, who are looking to charge one forward through the right-hand side. I think second of it against Omer against Sissoko. So they try and play it through the defensive line. So look for other options. Sean McLaughlin upfield towards Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle to Abdushamir. Abdushamir to Louis Coyle. Brilliantly done there. Louis Coyle cutting in field. He's looking to play one over to Liam Miller. Liam Miller's now with the ball at his feet. Back towards Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle chopping into the area. And he chops it into the one spot where there's not a City player. And that being at the PK spot. Very, very disappointing that from City. Oscar Estupiñán just recovers the ball there. And it's with Liam Miller. Hull City just taking the time to shape this attack here, as they don't want to rush too much into it and get caught on the counter once again. Sean McLaughlin to out wide to Alfie Jones. Not Alfie Jones, Ryan Giles, sorry. Get my City players mixed up. Abdushamir, though, with it now. Can't miss up Abdushamir. You know who he is. He's playing over the top, trying to either find Oscar or Liam Miller. Liam Miller says thank you, so I presume it was to him, just seemed a bit more centrally, and not enough on it to get to Miller. Hello all, welcome to the stream, hope you're having a lovely day, and hopefully, whether you support Hull City or Plymouth, they can make it better. Hopefully it is Hull City, as obviously we are a HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel here. I'm watching on international. Yes, same here. As Hull City line themselves up for a free kick. And as they do so, I will take this other opportunity to have another chicken dipper. And it's with Omer, Simmons, and Melm. Simmons just walks away from it now, so it's Melm and Omer standing over this free kick. Probably about 35, 40 yards out. Maybe a little bit more. And they're just looking what to do with it. Going to be a shaping ball to try and find either the head of Oscar or something. A little fake there by Marvin Melm, sends the City players as well as the Plymouth to go towards Jones's head, but Jones is caught offside there. So Plymouth will reset themselves for a free kick inside of their defensive 6-yard box, which the Plymouth keeper will very happily take up more towards the edge of their entire area. Yeah, it seemed that Jones was offside from the start of it, and he ran back onside. He kind of did the reverse of what he needed to do there. So, yeah. Hopefully, City can do something at the moment as the ball goes long, but it just finds the Plymouth keeper once again. I will keep you up to date on the scores around the Championship and obviously in the Premier League as they kick underway today at half-time. So, yeah. But some teams have got quite a few goals so far. 3 2-0 games so far in the Championship. Of course, this one is still 0-0 at Home Park. As Hull City just looking to try and do something with this one. They win a free kick on a bit of a cheap tackle by Galway onto Melm. Galway just wants to be careful of himself. The referee just give him a little talking to there, as he certainly has put his foot onto too many tasty tackles this game so far. As the free kick doesn't result in too much going forwards, as the ball is now back with Panda. And the ball's going upfield. Jones just out wide towards Liam Miller. Miller trying to cut a nice one back towards Marvin Melm. The Plymouth defender read that one very, very well. And I almost hoped it wasn't there just to see what Melm would have done with it, because it would have been a very, very nice chance there for City. But very unlucky. How do you think Hull will do this season? I think 10th and Argyle, I think 15th. It really depends on what we do over the coming weeks. It's been a very, very slow burning summer for City. We've signed 8 players now. 6 or 7 of them coming in the last week or two. So it certainly will be a very tough test for City in these next coming weeks, just as the squad starts to gel, as we get our final players coming in. Apparently we've got another 3 loan players to join the Tigers, so a few new additions to come. So yeah, it'll be a watchful time over the coming weeks as we really see the layout of the season. I have the faith in City, of course, as always. I'd like us to see us make the playoffs. Top 10 is the ambition. There was Marvin Melm, has the box inside the penalty area. Abdushamer shoots. It's blocked. Abdushamer again shoots. Oh, and it's just wide. Oh, Abdushamer with 2 shots there, and he's grasping his ankle, as too many Plymouth men had too many tasty tackles on that one. And he just seems, the referee has his yellow card in his hands. I'm not sure if he's given a yellow card to anyone there, but his first shot meets the defender, and the second one goes wide. I don't know if the referee's actually blown for a penalty there. I thought I saw his hand go down for a goal kick. Whether he's changed his mind here, as they're showing replays of this, I'm not 100% sure, as it seemed a bit too tasty. No, they haven't. It seemed a bit too tasty on Abdushamer as he made his second shot there. And I think, yes, there has been a yellow card given to Plymouth's captain Edwards on that second tackle on Omer, as Louis Cole charges forward, scooping one into the area, just goes across the entire area, finds Liam Miller on the left-hand side, he's shooting one in, Abdush Shamir to Oscar, back to Abdush, and Plymouth clears one away with the freshly yellow-carded Edwards, and it goes behind for a Hull City corner, or maybe a free kick towards Plymouth. I'm thinking a free kick as the players are starting to walk away. Edwards just having a few choice words to the referee after being awarded a yellow card himself, and being tackled there inside of the Plymouth area. Just take a swig of me Hull City water. The water isn't actually Hull City, they're just the bottle. Don't know how I'd get Hull City water, but yeah. And the keeper looks to go long now for Plymouth. A few bobbly ones. And Plymouth win a free kick off this one. I'm not 100% sure where this is stemmed from. But the players don't seem to argue too much. So whether I've just missed something by having a sip of my water. Yeah. Oscar just cleans under Randall there. Free kick for Plymouth. Inside of the Hull City area. Hull City half, sorry, not the area. Be a bit worried if it was inside the area. But it's with the trouble man Sissoko now on the left-hand side. He plays a delightful cross in. Just no Plymouth man there to meet it. And Giles scoops it out with no doubts for a Plymouth corner. Must say, as soon as Hull City have picked onto the trouble that Sissoko is going to cause here, they've quickly snuffed him down. But of course, as the troubles arise elsewhere, he can make his work happen. Corner comes in, it's out, it's in, it's out, it's in. It's now with Morgan Whittaker. Morgan Whittaker playing a scooping ball, trying to find the two men at the back post for Plymouth. Neither of them have it, and so it will go out for a Evil Panda resetting goal kick. 37 minutes gone, 0-0 still at Home Park. In a game which both teams maybe should have grabbed at least a goal or two already. A few tasty balls through the defensive line for City as they somehow managed to get it clear. Liam Miller doesn't win his header. And Simmons does well to recover from the possession loss there. Omer now just running in field to find Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Giles. Giles plays it back to Panda instead of playing the forward ball to Jones, who is being aggressively marked there by Hardy. Melm just tries to play a little scoopy ball over the top of a Plymouth man. Doesn't quite work as Mumba still has possession there. And Simmons just gives away another free kick in Plymouth's favour there. With 38 minutes gone. And the points are currently being shared at Home Park, with Plymouth just passing it along their defensive line at the moment. No fresh goals in the Championship at the moment. Could there be one coming here though now for City? As Jones looks to charge forwards, but done well there by Randall to shepherd it out of play for a Plymouth throw-in as they pass it along their defensive line. Must say, certainly very impressed with Sissoko so far. Impressed with Marvin Melm once again. And I think Giles at this left-back spot works. I don't know why it hasn't been happening since I started saying about it in pre-season. Oh, just as I say, there's not been any other goals. Swansea just scored at home to Preston. As I say, I'll have you a full Championship and Premier League breakdown at half-time and full-time. Taking a look at this table, which is a little bit pointless this earlier in the season, but there's a few people that like to have a look whether if they're in the relegation zone after 2 games. Have you tried Tiger Beer? Singapore brand. Good, quite good, actually. I haven't tried Tiger Beer. I didn't even know there was a thing called Tiger Beer. I tend to stick to my Madry, as I find it quite nice. But if I ever see Tiger Beer on the when I'm out, I'll definitely take a sip of it. But thanks for the recommendation. I remember Gordon Nisbet, who moved from Hull to Argyle in the 80s. I loved, I'm not going to say I loved Gordon Nisbet, but I know of Norgan. Why am I saying Norgan? Gordon Nisbet, as a Hull City player. Did quite a bit of stuff for Hull City during the 80s at Boothbury Park. Of course, I wasn't alive then, so I don't have official confirmation of Gordon Nisbet. But just hearing things about him and how his name still is said around the club. It's quite a good thing, and I presume that he did good for Argyle, if you can remember a player from back in the 80s. Watching from California, the channel I'm watching doesn't have commentary, so your watch along really helped. Thank you. No worries, JP. Welcome all the way from California, all the way in the States. Let me know if you're rooting on Hull City or Plymouth. I'll be interested to know which side you're on all the way from California. As Plymouth just taken an adventurous shot from outside, well outside the area, from Morgan Whittaker, and that one isn't going to trouble Panda at all, and so he will just take the goal kick there from that shot. Volta with his bottle in his hand, taking another swig of his water, as Jones collects this one off Panda, plays it towards McLaughlin. McLaughlin back to Panda. Panda just plays it over to McLaughlin once again, and he's out wide to Giles. Sorry, Giles with the over the top ball, trying to find Liam Miller. Miller's down on the deck, and the free kick is given Hull City's way that time. Sorry, it's Marvin Melm on the deck, not Liam Miller. I'm used to seeing Miller on that left-hand side, but Miller seems to just be a little bit ahead of him, or a little bit to the left of him, actually. Sorry, as the shove down from Gibson. Gave Hull City this free kick on Marvin Melm, as Sean McLaughlin will kick it underway for the away side, as a crossfield ball finds Abdushamoh, shoved down on the edge of the D. A quite nice area to have a free kick here for Hull City. Hopefully Abdushamoh is okay. He's down on his face, holding his chest, just shoved in the back there by Mumba. No official sanction given by the referee on this one, as he just comes in a bit too aggressively on that one. The referee was very quickly to blow the free kick, and it just seems that Abdushamoh seems to be a little bit winded on the deck at the moment for City. Hopefully, nothing too strong in it as we go into the 43rd minute, and he's coming back onto his feet right now as Hull City look to take a very, very good positioned free kick on the edge of, very centrally on the edge of the D. Hello there all, hello there. Wife has converted me as she is Hull girl, born and bred. Yes, we've got a Hull fan in California. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Just love that. Yes, I love it. Abdushamoh just standing over this free kick now. There's Plymouth man in green just standing over it with him, trying to maybe apply a bit of mind trickery, if you want to call it that, onto him. So Abdushamoh will be looking to take this free kick, either him or it seems like don't know if it's Marvin Melm or Xavier Simmons. I can't quite see. I think it's yeah, it's Xavier Simmons and Omer standing over this one. Simmons looks to be trying to go for it. Omer will take it instead. It's a shot, and it's very, very wide of the mark. But I didn't expect him to shoot there. Very centrally done free kick. I guess he saw that the keeper was very far to his left, and so he could have curled one into that top right-hand corner. And it was maybe, I don't know, 10, 15, 10 or so yards just wide of the right-hand post. Would have curled nicely into that right-hand corner of the net. Rooting for Hull to win. Sooner Rooney is out of Plymouth, the better for them. Seems to be the consensus, but of course Plymouth still will still want to get points here. As we come to the end of the first half. There will be another minute to be played, though, as Gibson just comes down with Marvin Melm. Melm seems to get the worst of it, but it will be a Plymouth free kick from that resulting challenge. Marvin Melm just not quite back on his feet, just taking his time here, as the 1 minute board is displayed over at the side of the touchline by the fourth official. Wayne Rooney just delivering orders to his right back Edwards, his captain, and also the only player to have a yellow card yet in this game. Come on, here is my internet is just showing the circle of doom and has been unwatchable for 5 minutes. I've seen hasn't looked great. How's it going down there? Yeah, it's looking, I'd probably say, better overall as we did against Bristol in that first half. Still not perfect football. We've certainly had the chances to score. I think we've just been a bit unlucky not to result in any goals for City. As Regan Slater charges forward down this right-hand side. He scoops one in towards Central. Oh, no. And it's Marvin Melm who skies one over from very, very near range as a bobbly ball came to him. And it wasn't the cleanest of shots from him, but a very, very tasty ball from Coyle to do anything with. It was a bit more up in the air than down on the ground is what he was looking for. And that will get blown for half-time with the Marvin Melm skied shot being the last action of the first half. Tigers haven't looked too bad, but haven't looked too good either, as half-time is here with the score remaining 0-0 at Home Park. Plymouth with a yellow card with their captain Edwards. But other than that, not too much to report. Fair chances for either side. Maybe Hull City having the better of the chances so far, but nothing resulting in it. Maybe the majority of Plymouth's chances have come through more defensive errors, if anything, I must say. But certainly, Sissoko has been something to be troubled for Slater and Coyle down that right-hand side. My cousin is also a big Hull fan. I'm Norwegian, by the way. For me, it's Liverpool, Argyle, and my local. IK start. I probably butchered that, but I'm very sorry. But yeah, very, very interesting. We've got a few Hull links in the chat today. Nice to see so many international faces as well. Everyone's welcome here on the stream. And hopefully, second half produces some goals for us to celebrate. Hopefully in the Hull City camp, though. Nothing against the Argyle's fans that we do have in the chat. My Tigers Plus isn't working. How are we playing? Not playing too bad, as I say. Not playing too good either. It's been a bit one of them meh games where both teams don't really have too much going for them defensively. More, it's an attack fest where Plymouth's long balls seem to try trouble the Hull City defence maybe a bit more than the working up through the middle for Hull City does. But with Hull City having, I'm going to guess, majority of the possession this game. 52% to 48%. Yeah, Hull City have created a few more chances. I'll go through the stats now and then I'll pan across to the scores elsewhere in the Championship. As the live win probability, I'll do this one even though it doesn't mean necessarily anything as football changes at the drop of a hat. Plymouth Argyle, 34% win probability, a 40% win probability for Hull City, and then an only 26% probability of a draw. The shots wise, 6 shots for Plymouth, 8 for Hull City. Shots on target, 3 for Plymouth, and none for Hull City. We're going to debate that. I'd probably say one of them, the first Abdushamir shot, which was deflected nearly off the line by their defender, would probably count as a shot on target, but I won't argue with the stats. They are just stats at the end of the day. Possession-wise, as I say, 52% in favour of Hull City. Passes, 227 for Hull, 212 for Plymouth. Pass accuracy, an 83% for Plymouth, and then a 79% for Hull City. That's where we're falling down this season. Our passing accuracy hasn't been up to scratch. Fouls, 9 for Plymouth, 7 for Hull. As I say, 1 yellow card for Plymouth being Edwards. 3 offsides for Hull, 1 offside for Plymouth. Majority of them have come from Oscar Estepinian, I must say. And then corners-wise, 4 for Plymouth and 3 for Hull City. So, let's go and grab ourselves a look at the scores around the championship, as there is quite a few matches underway at the moment in the championship. We'll go through the early kickoffs, or should I say the kickoff from last night, as Coventry managed to pick up a 3-2 win at home against Oxford United. Oxford are certainly looking like a very strong side this season. A 0-0 draw for West Brom Leeds, as Leeds looked very, very awful in that game. I must say, I was flicking between that one and the Ipswich game to see Jacob Greaves' Premier League debut, and I'll come to that in a minute. But a 0-0 draw there for West Brom at home against Leeds. Derby County have picked up a 1-0 win at home against Middlesbrough. And then a 0-0 draw in the other lunchtime kickoff as Portsmouth took on Luton Town, who were shoved down to 10 men quite early on in that game. So Portsmouth picking up another big point against a very big side in Luton Town, obviously freshly back from the Premier League. So the current games that are underway, 4 of them at half-time now, the other 3 are just in their respective 6 or 7 minutes of extra time. So Bristol are currently leading 2-0 at home to Millwall. Maybe Bristol had a bit more in them than what we saw at home last week. Of course, Plymouth versus Hull is 0-0. Swansea City are winning 1-0 at home to Preston North End. It's another 0-0 affair currently as Watford and Stoke take on each other at Watford. Sheffield United are 2-0 up at home against QPR. That one in the 7th minute of extra time in this half-time. Blackburn Rovers are currently 1-0 ahead of Norwich City at Carrow Road in the 5th minute of additional time there. This one's now just gone to half-time, being Burnley-Cardiff, and Burnley lead 2-0 at Turf Moor. Table-wise, what does that mean? Of course, it means absolutely nothing, because the table means nothing at the moment. But Burnley are currently top of the table with 6 points. Blackburn are up there with 6 points as well, just behind Burnley on goal difference. Blackburn do look like a very strong side. Currently winning without their star man, Sammy Schmodix, who has joined Ipswich Town. And then across the rest of it, of course, Sheffield United should be up above Blackburn at the moment, but of course they picked up their 2-point deduction at the start of the season. If you're looking for Hull City and Plymouth, Hull City currently sits in 17th and Plymouth in 19th. Of course, this means absolutely nothing. Second game of the season, and we're undefeated. Plymouth have, of course, lost their opening game to the season, but are currently drawn up on this one, as the bottom 20 through to 24 are all sides which have lost their opening 2 fixtures in Millwall, Norwich, Preston, QPR and Cardiff. I must say that all of them games are currently underway, where the teams are losing either 2-0 or 1-0. So let's have a look at the Premier League. Let's see what you lot are saying before I read out the scores of the Premier League. Offside Oscar, no change there then. Yep, certainly no change there. He has beaten the defensive line once, I must say, so he has got that little bit of edge on them. Maybe it would be a nice chance to see Burstow come on and really see if he has that pace in him that he tried to use at Sunderland last season, just didn't work out. So yeah, hopefully Oscar can stay on side of the second half and maybe Burstow comes off the bench for his debut and produces something good there. Hull City win 100% Oscar, and Omer score goal. Hopefully a 2-0 win would be very, very nice with a Oscar and Omer goals respectively. Would be nice to see an Omer goal, so I think he was going to grab quite a lot of assists this season, maybe not too many goals. You nailed the pronunciation. IK starts. Champions of Norway in 1978 and 1980. Now struggling in the second division and was almost put under administration. Oh, well, I'm hoping that they can work out their troubles if they've not already done so and return to the top flight where they've won it twice. Wishing the best of luck to you. 17th wouldn't be a result this season. From what I've seen, yeah, it's Tim Walter's first season, trying to get things gelled, and I think if you give him the time with the squad that he wants, it will work out. But of course, too early to tell on league places this season. We're in the second game in. Does this ref have any yellow cards there? There should have been like 5 by now. He's given out 1 to Edwards, so he definitely does have the yellow cards on him. I say it has been a bit of a tasty game. I think maybe there should have been a few yellow cards to both teams. Yeah, a bit of a... I like the ref so that sort of see the play on, but he's still calling for the free kicks. And the only yellow card that he's given was maybe a shout for a penalty. Of course, Omer did get the shot away, and you can't really complain on it too much. But a yellow card for a challenge inside of the area, yeah, it's a bit of a dodgy one. But scores in the Premier League, we'll go into that now. So the last night's kickoff, it was. Man United picked up a late-minute winner at home at Old Trafford against Fulham. That kicked off the Premier League season. And then kicking it off today, as we saw Liam Delap, an ex-Tiger from last season, and Jacob Greaves, one of our own, playing a full 90 minutes in the Premier League. His Premier League debut for Ipswich in a competitive competition. Saw them suffer a 2-0 loss, though, to Liverpool in Arne Slot's first game. But I must say, Jacob Greaves, I watched the game. Fantastic for him. Very, very impressed with what he produced in that game. And I think he won the Ipswich Man of the Match for that game. So good to see one of our own thriving in the Premier League. Current scores, 4 games currently ongoing. Arsenal currently leading Wolves 1-0. Brighton are beating Everton away at Everton 1-0. And I believe that should be the first game in Everton's new stadium. They're still at Goodison Park. I don't think this new stadium's ready. I think that's what it is. I think this is the final season of Everton at Goodison Park. There we go. So they're currently losing 1-0 anyway at Goodison Park to Everton. Newcastle, who are down to 10 men, are currently 1-0 up against newly promoted Southampton at St James's Park. And Nottingham Forest lead Bournemouth 1-0. And that one's in the 10th minute of extra time at the end of this first half. So there must have been some injury, something. And Chris Wood grabbing the only goal there so far. Of course, there is a late kick-off today. West Ham, Aston Villa. And then tomorrow we have Brentford, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Man City. And then Monday sees Leicester take on Tottenham. How on earth are you watching the game in England, lad? Got a VPN on for Tigers Plus. I don't know if it's on Sky. I'm beyond caring with this new Sky EFL deal because it's just ruining football, isn't it? No, it's not there. Someone's saying. I don't think it will be a Rotherham this year. It'll be much more tight from the bottom to the top, I reckon. I think the top may be a bit more separated from the rest of the pack with the teams that have been relegated. You're seeing that Burnley depth. You've seen Sheffield United, yeah, they've had the points deducted. But I'm sure that the top will be a bit more spread out from the rest of the league. But I'm certainly not holding anything against it. I do think, though, down at the bottom, I think the newly promoted sides have set themselves up well. And I think the sides that are in the Championship, that maybe were favourites to go down, have put the necessary requirements in to keep them up. So it would definitely be a tight one at the bottom, I reckon, this season. I don't think the top will be, apart from playoffs, I don't think the top will be as tight as it was last season. Hull City, very easy win, just relax. There's nothing as an easy win in the Championship, my friend. Nothing known as an easy win in the Championship. Yeah, can never relax watching City. Never relax watching City. Just going to check on my FPL team as things seem to be doing well from the scores from what I'm seeing. As I had Salah as captain, which is quite nice. Got an assist and a goal and probably going to pick up the 3 bonus points there. Alexander-Arnold at mid-defence. David Raya. They've currently got a clean sheet, so he should get me some nice points there. Lewis Dunk, Brighton currently got a clean sheet, so lovely there. As well as Isak, who I think has got an assist. Yep, he got the assist for the Newcastle goal, so he's currently on 4 points. And João Pedro, he's not done anything yet up top for Brighton, but could possibly do something in the second half. And then I've got Morgan Gibbs-White, who Nottingham Forest are currently winning as well. So I've got a winning FPL team. I mean, I still do have the remainder of them games to be played, and then obviously Anderson to play tomorrow, Pedro Porro to play on Monday, Carvalho. I got Carvalho in for Brentford, and he should be playing on tomorrow as well. And then Ollie Watkins, he plays later on tonight. Hoping everyone else out there, if you do FPL, hoping that you do well. But enough rambling on about FPL. The second half is going to be underway very, very shortly as the subs vacate the pitch and Plymouth invade the pitch, and so does Hull City. Just have a chicken dipper before the action kicks underway in the second half. There doesn't seem to be any changes for either side coming into the second half. As the referee just waits for the groundsman to leave the field and Plymouth to set themselves up ready for their kickoff here in the second half. And it is Plymouth to get us underway in the second half here. In Plymouth, 45 more minutes worth of football to be played here. It is still 0-0. And Plymouth send it back all the way to their keeper, who will send the long ball once again over the top. And it meets the head of Alfie Jones. And Abdul Shamer goes up for a header. He kind of wins his header. Comes down to Regan Slater. Kyle will send one long to try and find Oscar Estupinian or clear the danger. It's done one of them. Clearing the danger, that being. And it goes out for a Plymouth throw-in on the far-hand touchline inside of their half. They'll pass it along their defensive line. And Hull City just looking to settle into this second half. Giles picks up a one there. Tries to place it to Marvin Melm. Doesn't quite work out. Melm gives up the free kick there a little bit too easily. And Plymouth will get away from that free kick very, very quickly. Passing it backwards. Hoping for a very, very good second half here from City, but Plymouth seems to be leading charge first so far. Panda very quickly out to the edge of his area to claim that ball away before Hardy can do anything with it. And he just has it in his hand for a minute, just allowing City to settle themselves into the second half as Plymouth Argyle seem to be doing what Wayne Rooney's asked them for in the dressing room, applying a bit more pressure, maybe. And commanding a little bit more. Hull City not coming into the second half quite as adventurous as the first half. Marvin Melm, though, picks up the ball from Panda. Plays it to Simmons. Simmons across to Coyle. Coyle up the right-hand side to try and find Abdush. He instead goes over the top to try and find Marvin Melm. Melm just misses the header. And it's easily cleared away by Plymouth, but only to Hull City's defensive line once again. Jones to McLaughlin. McLaughlin being chased down now by Bonudu. Once again, I apologise to any Plymouth fans in here if I'm mispronouncing any of your players. I think you've got one of the hardest teams to pronounce, especially your bench. I can't pronounce any of their names. But Hull City gets away with this throw-in as Ryan Giles has it down the left-hand side right now. He has Liam Miller in support, but he has he finds the gap to Regan Slater. Sean McLaughlin. That's not Regan Slater. Sean McLaughlin wins the throw-in for Hull City to Liam Miller. Liam Miller with 3 men on him. Sean McLaughlin with cheeky back heel there. Liam Miller just goes through, and surely that's obstruction if that's not a foul there, referee. Edwards went down onto the deck. Referee waved it off, but Edwards was on all fours over the ball, so Liam Miller couldn't do anything with it. Hull City doing a throw-in at the resulting of the Miller-Edwards feud there. And Jar sends it in towards Xavier Simons. A lot of players forwards for Hull City. So it means a lot of players back for Plymouth. As Jones looks to work one up through the right-hand side across to Coyle. Coyle plays one up there just towards Regan Slater. Slater to try and find a cheeky one to Abdul Shamer. Instead it goes out of play and Plymouth will get us back in with their throw-in taken quickly. Charging up the field now. Finding the space on the left-hand side. Louis Coyle just quickly closing in on his man to stop anything forwardly breaking, so they do have to go backwards to try and find another avenue through the City midfield and defence. as the forwards are very quickly to try and close down anything happening. Morgan Whittaker tries and plays one. He plays a nice one down this right-hand side. It's with Benudu for Plymouth. There's one man in the area, crosses it in, and it just finds Alfie Jones instead of Hardy for Plymouth. And then a ball through the middle. It's going to be a tough one for that for Regan Slater, but he does continue to run. And it just goes back towards the Plymouth keeper. Maybe just needs to settle down a little bit at the moment. Hull City going for a little bit too exciting balls. And allowing Plymouth to have too much trust in their forward movements. As Plymouth win a throw in as the ball goes out of place once again on that far hand touch line inside of the Plymouth half. Throw in now for Plymouth. Over the head of two Hull City players. I believe it was Kyle and Slater. And once again, it's another Plymouth throw-in on that far hand touch line. Seems to be their favourite spot to take a throw-in from at the moment, as they look to try and play one down the forward pressing line. As they do so, but Hull City quick to regain possession. Marvin Melm to Abdushamir. Abdushamir tries to place one to Liam Miller. The pass doesn't seem it, and I don't think Omer really had a real grasp on what Miller was looking to do as he was trying to run forwards, and Abdush looked to play one a little bit more direct towards Liam Miller. So Plymouth will advance on with this one. Hardy with the shot. Oh, and that's probably the closest anyone's been so far. Hardy with the cross-goal shot. Ivor Panda at full stretch again. Nearly a duplicate of the goal that Bristol City scored at the MKM last Saturday. Luckily, this one was wide enough to not ripple the back of the net for Hull City. But a very, very easy enough for Plymouth to beat through and get the ball to Hardy in the back line for City. So, yeah, very, 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 very tasty that one there for Plymouth. And not so much for Hull City, as Hull City just won a free kick. Over on the far-hand side, and Slater's quickly to get it underway with Sissoko trying to close him down for that free kick. Ball bobbling up to try and find Oscar. It will instead find Liam Miller. Liam Miller on this left-hand side. Miller looking to shoot one himself. Curling! Ooh! And that wasn't a million miles away from where the camera was pointing. I'm pretty sure if we saw from a different camera angle, the shot may have been a little bit wider. But it was a very, very good curling effort to try and find the top right-hand corner. And it just goes wide. Liam Miller seems a bit frustrated with that one, but do not mind it whatsoever. If he can bang that and that goes in, it's a fantastic goal to score, and it means 1-0 City, as Plymouth just pick up possession now. Over 2 goals or not, I don't think there will be over 2 goals in this game. I think that well, maybe if 1 goal comes, I think the floodgates could open in this one. It's one of them ones where both teams are just waiting for a goal to happen. There's a shot. Oh my God. And just as I say that, it's a goal for Plymouth. Easy enough. Another defensive mistake, as I've said time and time again, from this back line. And I believe that is the man that I've said to worry about, Sissoko. I believe that he's grabbed his first goal for Plymouth. Certainly in the league. And he takes his shirt off to celebrate. He has an undershirt on. And so I'm not sure if the referee will give a yellow card for that. But yeah, it's Sissoko to grab the first goal of the game. And just as I was talking about getting the floodgates open, just the Hull City defence seemed to not do anything about it. There's about 4 or 5 men on Hardy there as he had the ball flicking up. And it comes down to Sissoko. The four or 5 men in question, Coyle, Jones, McLaughlin, and a little bit of Simmons as well, just didn't seem to want to track Sissoko. Coyle loses Sissoko a little bit. And he just manages to pick up the ball and then power one past the right-hand side of Ivor Panda. 52 minutes in. And it's 1-0 Plymouth Argyle. It means Hull City have to come from behind once again to rescue something from this game. And it's something that Tim Volter would be desperately needing, as he hasn't won a game at all as Hull City manager, including pre-season as well. As Hull City get the ball down. As I say, they just needed to calm down in these opening few minutes of this first half. We looked a little bit too antsy a little bit too on edge. And maybe a sub is in order for Tim Walter as he sits down. I say that and now he stands back up. It doesn't seem to be too much activity on the bench. Of course, 53 minutes gone. You've got to have faith in the men you put out there to start the game. And I think the faith is there. They just need to calm down and not be on edge too much about it. Too much antsy, too much shaking, too much nerves, I think, coming into the second half. And Giles gets it now, playing it forwards. Marvin Melm, Liam Miller. Liam Miller on this left-hand side plays one, trying to find Giles. Giles will just keep it in play, but then his resulting cross does end up going behind for a goal kick. Come on, City. Just need to calm down a little bit more and have a few more of them light sparking moments. A bit more controlling, possessive play. Something that we've lacked a little bit in this second half. 55 minutes gone, and it's 1-0 Plymouth Argyle. As they will look to go long once again from this goal kick, meaning I can have another chicken dipper. And things seem to be turning around at Bristol City. Second half underway over there. And it's already 2-2. It was 2-0 Bristol City. Now it's 2-2 with Millwall grabbing 2 goals. Very lovely. Ryan Giles with the throw-in now for City. Oscar's opinion with 2 men on him. A few arms up in there from both teams looking for appeals of free kicks, but Plymouth come away with it. Morgan Whittaker just taken down to the floor by Marvin Melm. Melm just wants to be careful there. It's a few challenges he's made, and referee will probably be taking note of all of them. And he's lucky not to have picked up a yellow card yet. Just reporting on the Sissoko goal, he did get a yellow card for his taking his shirt off, even though he did have a undershirt on. Rules are rules, Sissoko. Do not break them. And this one will be Plymouth's first real troubling free kick for the Hull City defence. About 30 yards out, off to the right-hand side of the penalty area. And Morgan Whittaker to scoop this one in, trying to find, I don't know if it was a shot or trying to find a glancing header. Panda got that one away through either his palms or his fist. Looks like he palmed it out, but the power was shown on it. Must have been fists. So Plymouth will still try something here. Sissoko trying to get something once again. He'll lay it back for the number 2 who tries to cut one in. And I think it took a deflection off a Plymouth man. Or it was a very bad cross at that. And it will go behind for a Hull City goal kick with Ivo Panda to take. The first changes of the afternoon. Oscar Estepinian off and Mason Burstow on for his debut. His Hull City debut for Mason Burstow, the man we've just signed freshly yesterday from Chelsea. Also, we have Will Jarvis coming on. And Will Jarvis comes on to replace Regan Slater. So it looks like we're going a little bit more attacking as what we like to see. As Will Jarvis may have a very, very great opening few minutes here as he's up on the right-hand side. And Hull City win a throw-in down there as Coyle will take. 2 changes which I probably would say have been needed. Just to bring a bit of life into this second half. And we'll see what happens here as Coyle has the ball. He's charging in field now. He's got a few players on him, but he gets it away. He comes towards Liam Miller. Liam Miller just doesn't get onto it, and it comes to the Plymouth man Edwards instead. Ryan Giles quickly recovers, and he's looking to turn things forward very quickly as it comes infield towards Xavier Simmons. Simmons is now looking to send one out back towards Louis Coyle. Coyle upfield towards Will Jarvis on that right-hand side. Will Jarvis looking to just send one in. He plays it to Omer. Omer to Coyle, sorry. Coyle to scoop one in, and it beats the head of every defender and attacker and just goes straight into the hands of the Plymouth goalkeeper. So, what will Mason Burstow do in his Hull City debut? He's just got over 30 minutes to impress here at Plymouth. A goal will certainly impress. As he didn't have the best of the season last season on loan at Sunderland, grabbing only 1 goal in around 30 odd appearances for the Black Cats. Passing around between the Hull City backline now, and another dodgy pass from Ivor Panda finds Sissoko once again as he shoots, but this time it's easy enough for Panda to claim that one, and not another Sissoko shot. But it just seems that that Panda's not making the smart passes, whether it's the fact that he's looking to play the ball a bit faster, seeing the Plymouth pressure, or what. Because as soon as the ball gets to Panda, it's Hardy who's very, very quick to chase him down. Thank you very much for telling me to update the score. I always forget to update the score. I always have to have someone reminding me, and thank you very much for doing so. I'll quickly change that now, especially when it's the opposition squad. I'm more in a depression state than reminding myself to change the score on the other monitor. But thank you for reminding me. Changed it now. So Plymouth with a throw in now, just down that spot, which I'll say again, which they'd love to take the throw ins at. As ball bobbles around for a bit, Plymouth looking to scoop one clear. Trying to find Morgan Whittaker on the right-hand side. It's a very, very long task for Ryan Giles to recover, but he does so before Morgan Whittaker can get any hold of it. And it's still 1-0 at Plymouth, for Plymouth, in the 60th minute. As Panda just has the ball at his feet now. The one moment where he's not getting pressure, so he'll take his time. Plays it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin looking to try and make space for Panda to pass it to him again. He does so, but he's charged down very quickly, and so the pass away from his target man, and Plymouth gain the ball, and now gain a throw-in on the near-hand touchline. Hardy to take very quickly, finds Edwards. Edwards to Miller. Miller to scoop on clear. Looks like it must have gone out of play, but it didn't. But the resulting scoop ball clear does go out of play on the near-hand side towards the halfway line. Burstow charging this one down very aggressively. He's looking to try and impress with his 4-year contract with the Tigers. And Marvin Melm as well, looking to pressure down. Hopefully Marvin Melm can feature in pretty much every game this season. I've been very impressed with what I've seen from him so far. And I must say, very George Honeyman-esque. The German George Honeyman. There we go. How good must Wednesday really be? I don't know. I haven't seen what Wednesday haven't played yet, but yeah, I guess if Plymouth are 1-0 up against us and Sheffield Wednesday beat them 4-0, it's kind of the thing though. You can't really take that into account though within Championship football, especially this early on in the season where teams are picking up new signings before the games and stuff. But yeah, the game's not over here. Still got 28 minutes to play plus additional. And Louis Coyle's looking to change something here as he charges forwards through the root centre. He's going on a Jacob Greaves-Paolo-esque run as he finds Liam Miller. Liam Miller out on the right. He sends it back in. And it's in! It's in! It's Louis Coyle! What a goal for Louis Coyle! And it's 1-1 at Home Park. And the Tigers rescue one back in the 62nd minute. And what a strike that was from Louis Coyle. Liam Miller finding Louis Coyle on the return ball on the edge of the area, just inside of the penalty box. And he curls one in with his left foot to find the top right-hand corner. And what a goal for Louis Coyle. He's asking for the ball. He gets the ball. He scores it. It's off the post and in off that top right-hand corner. Goal for Coyle. Yes. What a lovely one. And I won't forget to change the score this time, as the score becomes 1-1 with that Louis Coyle goal. And I said Louis Coyle was looking to change things. And thank goodness Sissoko is off as Plymouth make their first change. Sissoko off. And number 35 being Isaka believe that's how you pronounce his name. He is on. So the goal scorer for Plymouth, Sissoko, is off, and they look to change something maybe a little bit more attackingly down that left-hand side now that Hull City rescue a goal back. Will Jarvis just clean to the deck there, and he wins Hull City a very nice and easy free kick. Louis Cole to take it. He sends it back towards Alfie Jones and Sean McLaughlin. It's 1-1, 65 minutes gone, and hopefully something else can happen. I think there was another Plymouth change within that time as well. So let me just see about that one. Just relax, Hull win. Yeah, it's certainly seeming that way, as Hull City definitely do have the momentum coming into these final 25 minutes, not 15 minutes. And yes, Benudu and Sissoko both came off, and they were replaced by Gyabi and Isaka. So, yeah, and the only changes for Hull City so far is Estepinan's off, Burstow on, and Regan Slater's off, and he has been replaced by Will Jarvis, which is probably allowing Omer to take a bit more of a centrally figured role, which he definitely thrives at. And I say it's a game down in Bristol. It's now 3-2 Millwall. Jeez, oh. So that goal there means that Liam Miller racks himself another assist. I believe he got the assist for... Oh, no, he wouldn't have done because it was a penalty. What am I on about? It's his first assist, first goal contribution for Hull City. And Louis Coyle's first goal of the season. Don't tend to see him score goals like that, but when we do, we've seen it before. What do we think? Last game of the season, 21-22 season, and at home to Nottingham Forest, like last minute of the game, and he whips one like that from just inside of the opposition's half on the right-hand side, as Plymouth have a corner now. So we do know Louis Coyle has them beautiful shots in him. And that was probably a big one there for Volta's men. As the Plymouth get us underway with a short corner. Morgan Whittaker looking to shoot one. Ooh! And the fans behind the goal got a bit itchy off the bums. But luckily nothing to test Ivo Pando once again. Morgan Whittaker, nothing really testing the defence or the keeper this game. He's had a few bright sparks. That shot probably being the best that he has had from just outside the edge of the D. Curling one just wide of that upper left corner. But he hasn't had anything that has caused a save or anything, I don't think. Just a few of them where it's been shots and they just got a bit wide of the mark. As Plymouth look to rebuild from the goal kick from City as they give it away very cheaply once again. Morgan Whittaker whipping one into the area, and that one will be sent behind for a Plymouth corner, as Alfie Jones diverts that one backwards. Alfie Jones, of course, being a bright spark in the City defence this season, as he has been the past two seasons. Hull City score 87th minute winner, I think. Oh, I would like an 87th minute winner. In the 87th minute, be a bit dicey, a bit squeaky bum time, but I'll take a winner as Abdul Shamir gets the ball now from their Plymouth corner. Burstow to take it down. Burstow to play it forward towards Marvin Melm. Marvin Melm lets Burstow take it on with him, but the ball just gets away from him, and it will go out for a Hull City throw-in on this near-hand side. Marvin Melm to get it quickly underway. Mumba is the man who cleared it away from Burstow's path. Would have liked to see Burstow maybe go on a little bit of a run there, see what he has actually got to prove, because I haven't seen too much of Burstow. Just the few highlights, and obviously the goal that he scored for Sunderland last season, which wasn't a showcase of talent, more of a tap-in header. So Hull City passing along their defensive line right now, though, as they look to shape something forward to try and get themselves a winner, really, here, as the game is certainly in either team's hands. And to whoever said earlier, over 2 goals or not, I think, as I said, once the floodgates have opened, they've opened, and I think there's certainly another goal to happen in this game. Which side it's for, I don't know, but certainly is another goal in this game, as both teams seem to be going at it. So Will Jarvis is now on this left-hand side. I don't know if that's a switch of positions or he's just looking to recover, but he goes over to the right-hand side where Liam Miller is. So I think that them two may have switched sides. ball into the area, trying to find Marvin Melm's head. Doesn't quite do so. Will Jarvis is into support, but Edwards does have that one for Plymouth, and he just clears it down the line. Sean McLaughlin doesn't read what Ryan Giles is saying to him, where he says leave it to go out for the throw-in, and instead scoops one into the path of the Plymouth man. And they win themselves a throw-in as a result of their attacking play on the far hand touchline, just in front of Wayne Rooney and his technical area. His technical area, which seems to be very busy and quiet at the same time. As balls forward to Burstow. Abdushamir with it now. He just got the ball taken off him as Burstow is giving away a free kick towards Plymouth for a bit of shirt pulling. As Plymouth just pass it along their defensive line. Everyone likes for Hull City. Everyone does love Hull City. Even if you don't, you know you secretly do. Right, Plymouth passing it along their back line. Moving into the 70th minute now at home park. 20 minutes still left to be played, and it's 1-1 apiece. Go back sort of 10 minutes ago, and it was similar case scenario where both teams were drawing. So anything can happen in this game at a drop of a hat, as I said. Both teams seem to be going at it. As Xavier Simmons is there to try and block out anything happening in the midfield. Kind of questioning where our defensive midfield has gone, as Plymouth are looking easy to work on this attack here. On the right-hand side, shot at Ivo Panda, and his deflection away is luckily that Morgan Whittaker wasn't quicker off his mark, as Isaka gets the shot to Panda, a very powerful one, so Panda has nothing to do but parry it away, and luckily he parries it into the path of Will Jarvis instead of Morgan Whittaker, who just doesn't quite read it quick enough. But speaking about Morgan Whittaker, he has the ball now, sends it infield, and he gets it again to shoot, and it's a bit of a bobbly one that Panda doesn't quite save as he should have done, and Jones gets the ball as a result of it, and he just clears it one without a second thought in his head. So Plymouth now with the ball once again on this left-hand side. They're having too many chances here, just need to settle down once again. This is how the Plymouth first goal came about, where we're becoming a bit too antsy. And Will Jarvis, he's just taken down there. And Louis Carl's the captain. He's telling everyone, just calm down. Just calm down. And it's another yellow card. So 3 yellow cards for Plymouth. None for Hull City so far. And that one has been awarded to... Let me double check because I didn't quite see. I don't actually know. May have been Galway. But I'm not 100% sure. It was Forshaw, I think. Yes, it's Forshaw. It's just updated on here. Forshaw. Forshaw with the yellow card. So 3 yellow cards for Plymouth. 2 of the yellow cardies are still on the pitch, of course. Sissoko with the one for taking his shirt off during the celebration. As Hull City pass the ball along their defensive line from this free kick. Louis Carl just looking to hoof one forwards. Maybe looking for a run from Burstow. He's not got too much in the tank there to go on one. Ooh! I saw the gasp in my breath was from Burstow trying to pick one up from the Plymouth defender who lays it into the path of him. But his hacking chance at the leg of the Plymouth man results in the ball ending up at another Plymouth defender. So it is still 1-1 here at home park. As Will Jarvis going on another successive dribble. Last game week, he featured for just over 30 minutes and got the joint most successive dribbles in the championship, 4 that being, in the 30-odd minutes he played. So he's a very, very good dribbler at the championship level, must say. The stats do not lie. And the ball is picked up there through Marvin Melm back towards Panda. As Hull City just look to calm down a little bit and reset themselves here. So, Liam Miller and Will Jarvis seem to have switched back sides. Don't know if they was trying out something or if it was just a case of they both ended up there through an attacking play. As Louis Cole passes it back towards Ivo Panda. Sean McLaughlin now to hoof one long in the path of Liam Miller. Liam Miller with his flick-on header once again doesn't work. But this time it does result in a Hull City throw-in, as Ryan Giles will take it down this left-hand side. Passes it in towards Marvin Melm. And Marvin back towards McLaughlin. McLaughlin lofting one over the top. I don't know where that was aiming for, whether it was for Burstow, who just didn't get a read on it or what. But Plymouth have it once again through their defensive line. An easy pick up there from City, though. Burstow with it now. Burstow sends one out wide to Abdushamir. Probably not the ball he should have done. Maybe more of a central ball would have been better, as there was two City players in the centre looking to pounce on it. Louis Cole with a feisty effort there with against two Plymouth men. And they do end up with the throw-in from it, but a very, very strong effort there from Louis Cole against two men in green down that right-hand side for him. The City bench seems quiet so far, as Volta just gets back onto his feet with his bottle in hand. Hull indeed. Shema, I believe that's your pronounce your name. Hull indeed. Hopefully Hull can grab another one. Plymouth are on the attack though here, playing one a bit more centrally as they get it into the area. But Will Jarvis once again, he's successfully dribbling away. And Marvin Melm now charging forwards. He got one to his left, one to his right. Goes to Liam Miller to his left. Liam Miller in a one-on-one with some options inside. He goes alone and shoots. And it's a slow dribbler past the far hand post. Whether that was a cross looking to get a connection on from someone through the middle, or whether it was a shot at the far hand corner himself. Whatever it was, it has resulted in a goal kick. I think it was more of a across the box ball to look for his second assist. As Burstow and Melm were chasing on this one, but just weren't there quick enough. And Plymouth are passing it around the back line now. Oh, Simmons has just picked this one up nice and easily. He's charging forwards, plays it off to Liam Miller. Miller to Ryan Giles. Giles charging forwards, Giles shot, and that one's saved there by the Plymouth keeper. Giles and Miller exchange a high five there from that effort. So, the keeper goes short once again now for Plymouth. As they hoof one long down the right-hand side. And it's back with Ivor Panda. Panda just not looking to make a mistake here. And he plays it towards Ryan Giles. Panda to Giles again. And Giles back to Panda. Panda with no real defensive options clearly to pass to. He eventually does get to Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin back to Panda. And the only option may be a long ball here. But he does go to Giles. Giles in a bit of a risky space. Passes it up the line towards Liam Miller. Liam Miller is dispossessed though by Edwards. Miller gets it back, but the referee does blow for a foul there as Miller seems to have a little bit too much of Edwards' shirt for the referee's liking. So it is a free kick for Plymouth Argyle. And I don't know why people are in the chat going goal for Simmons. And then Plymouth 2-1. Because it's not. It's still 1-1, everyone. I assure you. Unless Plymouth do something from this free kick that they have here. I would like Simmons to get a goal, though, if that's you wishing it into existence. Plymouth whipping one into the area. Headed away by Sean McLaughlin. I must say his defensive headers have got have improved very much this season so far. As Burstow looks to try and claim one easily there for himself. Doesn't manage to do it. He seems to be trying to do that a lot, claiming it easily off the defensive line. As Abdushamir does so, Omer, he's got options. He's got plenty of options. He'll go on a run by himself. He just lays off to Marvin Melm as he gets a bit tangled up. And that's a little bit of a wasted option there from Hull City as Giles gets the ball. But luckily, before Hardy can do anything with a possible counter-attack, the offside flag is flown. But Hull City getting away very quickly on the right-hand side. Louis Coyle looping one into the area, looking for either Miller or Burstow. It's back towards Miller. Miller just allows the Plymouth man to go up for the header. And then they win the possession as a result of it. As Hardy has the ball now. So it's with Jones now. Jones to Giles. And Giles down that line against wants to Miller, but it was just out of play, that. Bit of a poor pass that from Giles up the left-hand side. I do like this Giles-Miller combination on the left-hand side. Just need it to fully click and fully work off, and it will be a very, very strong force down the left-hand side, I must say. Still a game over in Bristol. It's 3-3 now. They've seen 4 goals in this second half. 6 goals in the game in total. Wow, wow, wow. As Simmons just picks up the ball there. Foul in the books, though, for Plymouth. And so they get a free kick inside of the Hull City half. Which they take quickly, and it's into towards Hardy, but cleared away by the City defence. And Plymouth will look to regain something through this attack. There's a shot, and it goes wide. Panda was a little worried for a second, but not too badly. And Simmons is down on the deck, seems to be holding his groin. So unsure whether he just overstretched a little bit going in for the deflection, going in to block the shot there. Hopefully he is okay. Of course, we do have Seri on the bench should we need the switch for him. But I've got to say Simmons seems to be the better fit rather than Seri in the Volta setup. He is back on his feet, just holding the groin. And walking a little bit timidly away from the scene of the incident as Hull City get underway for the goal kick here. Passes it to Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin up the line towards Marvin Melm. Marvin Melm appealing for something there. Hull City will get thrown at the end of it, as both teams look to be ready to make substitutions. As it's Finley Burns who will be coming on. I would presume he'll be coming on for Xavier Simmons, not wanting to risk anything. And 2 substitutions in Plymouth's favour as well. We'll have a look at who they are now. Hardy seems to be going off. So the Plymouth frontman is making way for Wayne. And then also... Oh, that's interesting. Abdushamir is coming off for Finley Burns. Forshaw is off for whoever number 17 is for Plymouth. It is Wright. It's very interesting. Abdushamir off for the defensively more minded Finley Burns. So whether Tim Volta is looking to shore up his defence a bit more and try and keep into this 1-1 draw that we have at the moment. Of course, 8 minutes still left to be played with additional time at the end of it. But, yeah. Bit of an interesting one. Maybe not the switch that I would have done. Bring off Omer. Whether Omer needed to come off and Finley Burns was the only logical option. I'm not 100% sure on that one. As both teams look to grab 1 goal in these final 8 or so minutes as Plymouth win another free kick. We'll say quite a lot of fouls being given away by both sides in this game. So there's not a lot of yellow cards, as only 3 being distributed this game, and one of the players who's got a yellow card isn't even on the pitch anymore. All right, 2 of them might be. Just double check. Oh yeah, one of them. Miller's still on yet. Lovely. So yeah, still 1-1 at home park. Plymouth Argyle 1, Hull City 1. 7 minutes plus the extra 2 remain as Finley Burns is looking to wrestle the ball back there. He doesn't quite do it, but the ball does go out of play eventually, so Hull City will win a throw-in down the far hand side. And it's Louis Coyle to take the throw in for City. He's going to take his time a little bit. As he commands his players on what to do. And he throws it long to find the head of Burstow. Burstow to Marvin. Marvin then just loses possession. Plymouth just passing the ball back in their defensive line. A little bit of a hurry as Hull City look to apply the press. As Finley Burns picks up the ball now for City. Making me try and eat my words on why he was the man brought on for Abdushamir. It's not probably actually the problem I have with bringing Finley Burns on. It's more the fact that Abdushamir went off rather than Xavier Simmons with the apparent groin strain that he just picked up. But he seems to be doing okay, Simmons. And Finley Burns seems to be doing okay. So whether either of them can make an impact in these final 6 or so minutes, that remains to be seen. As it's with the Plymouth keeper once again. And once again, he goes for the long ball. And Sean McLaughlin just nestles that one in to Giles. Giles back towards Panda. Panda out wide towards Coyle. Coyle looking to charge forwards again. He's just bodied to the floor, and that'll be advantage on for Hull City. I thought the referee was going to blow for a free kick, but Hull City still have possession here. And it's with them on the right-hand side, scooping into the area, and it's going to be a goal kick. It seems like Xavier Simmons didn't get what he wanted on that cross to either get a corner or something into the area. But nice play that from City through with the advantage. Will Jarvis definitely leading that one very nicely there. And I must say that Will Jarvis is really fighting for a spot in this lineup. He has the calibre to play from the start, I think. But whether the only place he's going to get a place is if Omer goes central. Because you're not bringing off Omer for Jarvis in a starting lineup. And then maybe have Slater on the bench. That's the only thing I can see. Has anyone scored? Not since Louis Cole scored a screamer to make it 1-1. But the referee just spots for a free kick there. And there seems to be some more substitutions coming onto the field in the favour of Plymouth Argyle. I believe this will be their final change. Which we'll see Randall coming off. And he will be replaced by Houghton, I believe. Yeah, Randall for Houghton. So no, we've got 4 minutes remaining. Hopefully City can grab 1 goal and make it a 2-1 win. I did go for a 3-1 prediction. Of course, that's not fully off the cards at the moment, but with each passing moment, it seems highly and highly more unlikely. With Wayne Rooney and Tim Volta looking both for their first wins in the Championship as head of their respective clubs. Of course, Plymouth and Wayne Rooney have picked up wins in the Carabao Cup, whereas Tim Volta hasn't picked up a win at all as manager of Hull City. And it looks to be another day with that fact in mind, as the game is currently 1-1 in the 87th minute. 3 minutes remain, plus the additional, as Louis Coyle has the ball here, and he looks to just throw one forwards once again down that right hand side, looking for Burstow's head. It instead dribbles out for another throw in. Just walk this one up as Coyle throws it forwards. It's with Burstow. Referee flags for a foul there, or the linesman should I say. And the referee goes along with it. Seems like if Hull City do get a goal, it will be the turn for Charlie Hughes to make his Hull City debut. But nothing yet, and I can't see him coming on if it is 1-1. Don't know if flicked on, and Evo Panda just has it at his feet, picks it up there. Panda now just looking to calm everything down coming in these final few minutes. And he'll be Playing a pass up through the middle. A little bit of a tasty one there for Alfie Jones to get onto. Plymouth do have the ball in possession. And it'll go behind for a Hull City goal kick. Panda's just got to watch his balls through the centre, I find. His passes in the centre of the park seem to be a bit more risky than the balls out wide. As Jones seems to just picked up a little bit off that challenge there. He's on his feet. He's hobbling a little bit, but must be nothing too serious. A late change here, though, for City as Liam Miller departs, and he'll be replaced by Tyrell Sellers-Fleming, the Hull City Academy lad who was seems to become a regular feature in the Hull City squad, as he's now featured for his third game concurrent in this season. The first 3 opening games, including the League Cup. He'll be out on the right-hand side, probably switching Will Jarvis to the left as Panda goes long with this goal kick. As we're near full time with Burstow here, chopping one in towards Marvin Melm, and that one just hoops away. It was going to go out for a corner, but Plymouth keep it in play. It's now with Will Jarvis on the edge of the area. Marvin Melm looking to size one up, but Plymouth nod it away. Just wondering how much extra time there will be here at home park. As it's ball with Will Jarvis, and the one successful dribble that he doesn't successfully do, and he's down on his face as the ball goes behind for a Plymouth goal kick. And we'll find out how much extra time there is. Now, 4 minutes. 4 more minutes to be played at home park. And hopefully Hull City can produce 1 goal in them 4 minutes. Scott Twine scored for Bristol on his return to them. Did he score the winner? If he is, you're kidding me. Scott Twine has scored a winner. Oh, Lord. Scott Twine scoring a winner for Bristol City as he returns there. Signing, I think, just made official yesterday. Oh, Lord. Can't believe it, can you, Gary? Can't believe it. Would you take 4 points this month and stay unbeaten, I wonder? And then pray it clicks. Yeah, I'm very happy for that to happen. Unbeaten is a good thing. And to pick up the point where we could have possibly lost the point if we didn't grab the Louis Coyle goal, or if we let defensive just slip even more. I'm happy to pick up the point. As Plymouth win another free kick inside of their half, they're still looking for the 3. And so are Hull City by the seams of things. As Plymouth just take the time a little bit with this free kick, looking to get players forwards. As Gibson lets the keeper take it, still take even more time there. Ball's up and down. Tyrell Sellers-Fleming lays one out towards Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle over the top down that line, trying to find Burstow. Burstow doesn't quite fancy his run on for that one, so I'm wondering if Burstow just doesn't have any pace. I'm not seeing Burstow make a run. The ball with Finley Burns now. Finley Burns, the Manchester City Academy player, is with us on loan for this season. Tyrell Sellers-Fleming there, just taken down over on the far hand side. And it will be a free kick in a somewhat promising crossing position for Hull City. Yes, I can believe an ex-Hull City player is doing well elsewhere. So, free kick now for City. So, as I was saying, it seems like Burstow doesn't have any pace on him. Which maybe you would have looked for a striker with his sort of build and his sort of play style. Which may be why he hasn't thrived so much in his professional debut. Or professional season last season at Sunderland, I should say. So he hasn't had too much time here to impress so far. Ball into the area. It's a deep one. It's going to have to come back into. It does so. And a shot by Burstow. And it's deflected. Jarvis has a second at it. McLaughlin keeps it alive. Referee waves off the penalty appeal from Will Jarvis there. And the ball goes out for a Hull City throw-in. 1 minute left to make things happen. As a throw in on the far hand touchline for City. As the clock just ticks down, Will Jarvis to Louis Coyle. Louis Coyle will whip one in. Louis Coyle does so, and it's another deep cross, and that will go behind for a goal kick. As the fourth official, not the fourth official, the ball boy, sorry, looks to try and get the keeper going quickly, but I reckon he'll take his time. As the clock ticks down, this will probably be full time here at Home Park once the keeper kicks the ball, or soon afterwards. But a point on the road is a point on the road. An undefeated start to the season still remains in the league. As the ball is kicked long. And yes, the referee blows for full time. So that is 1-1 at Home Park. And it is the points shared, the goals shared in a game where both teams looked like they could have scored 50 million goals each and didn't want to defend for their lives. But defence did shine, I must say, for in certain aspects for both teams. But yeah, very another one which I'm gonna wait till the breakdown for. I'm not quite sure how to feel yet. I'll wait for the breakdown after this, so I'll have a video out in a bit. But let's go through the current scores elsewhere in the Championship. So as I'll wrap through the fixtures from yesterday, 3-2 win for Coventry City at home. The game is from lunchtime today. West Brom Leeds 0-0. Derby win 1-0 at home to Middlesbrough, and Portsmouth pick up a point in a 0-0 draw against a 10-man Luton. Bristol City, as I say, they're in their 90th plus 4 minutes worth of additional time. So these games will go into full time, very, very soon. Bristol City winning that one 4-3. Look like they're going to win it through a Scott Twine winner. Plymouth Argyle, Hull City, of course, that's a 1-1 game. We know about that. That is here. Swansea have beaten Preston 3-0. Watford's beaten Stoke 3-0. These games have got minutes remaining, but seems sure enough to be over. Sheffield United who are winning 2-0. Go back and have a 2-2 game against QPR down to 10 men. That seems like a feisty affair. Norwich 2-2 against Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers, who I believe were leading that one at half-time. And then Burnley, a 4-0 convincing win over Cardiff City. Let's have a look at the Premier League, and then I'll reply to all of your guys' comments. Okie dokie. So, of course, Man United beat Fulham 1-0 yesterday. Lunchtime kickoff today. Liverpool beat Ipswich Town 2-0 at Ipswich's Stadium, Portman Road, I believe. Arsenal have won 2-0. Brighton have beaten a 10-man Everton 4-0. Newcastle, with their 10 men, have held on to that 1-0 win. Nottingham Forest have held on to their 1-0 win from half-time as well. Of course, that game still had quite a bit of time to go, so they had about 10 minutes of extra time. And then, obviously, the rest of the games are still yet to be played. Won't have a look at the table, as it is pointless. So, what are we saying? 2 points dropped. Yeah, I guess it is early on in the season, and it is... we still got time for players to click and everything, and everyone to work with the setup and everything. So I don't necessarily feel it's 2 points dropped. It's definitely not a point gained. It is just a point, I think. Agree, a point on the road is well earned, but it looks shaky, doesn't it? It definitely did look shaky. I'm not gonna debate that. We could have very easily let in 3 or 4 extra goals. But as I say, with time, and if you trust the system, I think it will work. I do believe it will work. It just seems that they just need that time with them. And maybe the international break coming up at the end of the month or at the start of next month, will possibly give them that time to work on sort of the things that haven't gone their way so far this season. Clowns without desire to win. Runners, criminal, irresponsible clowns stay at home and make another. Not 100% sure what that one means, but okay. See you for the next game. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much for joining, JP. Thank you very much for joining from the States. Hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for tuning in on the stream. I will look forward to seeing you all again. To all the Plymouth fans, I hope that you all have a good rest of your season. Not too good, though, because Hull City would just be a little bit better. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm praying and hoping. So I will have my my match reaction out after the game. I'll go into a bit more detail about everything. So that'll be up within the next hour or so. So stay tuned for that. So thank you very much to everyone who tuned to the live stream, and up the